Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an M40 M43. It's the Tier 8 American SPG. It's located on the north spawn of Ghost Town and it's under the command of Fork U2. Yes, I'm afraid it's one of my replays, one of my alternate accounts. And this battle took place a few days ago whilst I was finally getting a chance to play the game because I've been doing a marathon of video production. Well, game started and we're moving off. Now, I'm actually going to head down into this little dip area. This is after the tracers have gone missing, and I decided, well, if I'm going to protect myself, I need to have a little bit of cover to play with. And I think this little rise here is actually quite good because it's got these bushes and that can protect you to some degree from being spotted by the enemy. Okay, I'm loading. I've got a 37.17 second reload because I've got an 8-inch howitzer and I'm waiting for the first enemy to come into sight. Nothing yet. You see my reticule drifting to the right? But I noticed that our team are actually moving up on the west side of the map, so I'm going to try and help them. I'm pre-aiming at a spot where I think that the enemy might appear. And again, I'm getting that reticule drift. I spot 53 TP in the town and move back because I suddenly recognise there are some enemy tanks on the west side and I'm dialing in on that AMX CDC. Rounds out. Oh, massive hit! That's a penetrating shot, that 992 from the first shot. And I'm now reloading. I'm relocating just a little bit to throw off any counter battery. Okay, we're back to that corner. And you notice I'm actually using the right hand mouse button to actually get my aim directly onto target straight away. But during this map I do make the mistake of doing it the opposite way. But that was because I was being a bit lazy, being a naughty boy. But I'm having a quick look over to the east side, just in case there's an enemy tank in that corner. I'm going to fire a round in there, I think. Yep, just in case somebody's hiding. And there was somebody there! Blind shot kill of a Batchat 12 ton hiding behind the bush. So it was a good job that I did try a shot into that corner. My teammates were fairly certain that something was there. And there was. They were probably being spotted. And I tried a blind shot on the most likely spot to find the enemy. And there was somebody there. So he's out the game in one shot, which means I probably picked up all of his hit points. We'll have to look at that at the end of the game. Now I'm dialing in on that Lorraine 40 ton. I'm loaded. I fire a round in straight away, and we see an explosion, but we don't know how much damage that did. And I'm relocating just a little bit. Gonna have a quick look at the other side. Okay, we've got an Oho. And he's driving up Main Street as if he hasn't got a care in the world. Well, that can be a bit expensive, but over here we've got an even bigger threat to my teammates. That's an Su-130PM. That's the Soviet Tier 8 premium tank destroyer with one hell of a 13-inch gun. And I'm loaded, but we lose sight of the Su-130PM, so I'm going to put the round into that Oho instead. And a direct hit for 358. So I'm up to 1.3k of damage already. Plus, of course, there's that kill on the Batchat. We don't know how much that was. And I might have damaged that Lorraine 40 ton as well. I'm still having a look at that Su-130PM. I'd love to get him, but I'm not loaded. I'm not going to be loaded in time. Having a quick look at these tanks in the town. Nothing to see there. Okay, now we've got the Lorraine 40 ton. He has lost some hit points. I might have been responsible for some of those. He's the only tank in sight at the moment, so I'm going to fire around at him. And it lands near him for 199. It wasn't fully dialed in. Okay, the Lorraine is being a bit of a pain, but he has been killed. Now we've got an AMX CDC, and he's full health this one, so he's a brand new one. We haven't hit him before. Don't know where the other one's gone, but he's still showing as alive, so maybe he's retreated. But this CDC, thin armor medium, rounds out. Oh, he drove straight back into the shell. And a penetrating shot for 1,177 hit points. He's lost virtually all his health in one shot. And he's down to 16%. He must be really gutted. And he's out the game. And that Skoda T27, he's got very low hit points as well. But we've lost sight of him. And all we've got left alive on that side of the map is a Lorraine 40 ton. With 3 tanks up on the enemy, so we are doing well. I can see that there's a Carnarvon Action 10 there, but I've reassign my aim to the Skoda because he's more of a threat for our T20, our Lorraine 40 ton. I fire a quick round in there and we see the shell explode, but there's no result from it. Still 6 enemies out there. There's 2 mediums, the MX-CDC, the Skoda. Oh, there goes the Soviet tank destroyer. He's gone. So there's now 5 enemies. They've got an Arty, a tank destroyer, the Scorpion G, and then this Carnarvon. He's their last heavy. I'm not loaded yet, but I'd really like a piece of him, and I've indicated him as target. Now, just got to work out where he's headed to put the round out there. I fire the round in. Unfortunately, it lands in front of him. I thought he was going to pull forward, but he didn't. And there's the CDC that I hit earlier with a penetrating shot. He's actually gone up back to his cap area. Their Arty's been spotted right at the back of the map. I'm dialing in, but I'm still, 17 seconds away from shooting. And I've marked the target, so hopefully my teammates will put some rounds into him and I can get the kill shot. Oh, no, he's gone. So it's really now just that Carnarvon. He's the last one left alive. ELC Evan 90 got the ones at the cap, and that's the end of the game. Now let's have a look at the end of battle results. And it's the second class tanker for 4Q in the M40, M43. I managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. I got 11 in that one. And I also picked up a Gore's medal for doing 10 times the hit points of my own vehicle in damage. A high caliber for dealing the most damage in the battle, and that's a bit of a surprise. And a Confederate as well for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on my team. And you notice that I only killed the one tank that batch at 12 ton. And I did 1,000 hit points of damage to him with one shot, a blind shot in, and took out his engine and his tracking swell at the same time. So my only kill was the blind kill. And my win rate for that game, 4,855, which was very satisfying indeed, because this was the first time I'd actually had a good chance to play Arty since they took away the tracers. Let's have a look at the team score. Well, this is something that's very surprising, a bit of an anomaly, and it was a bit of a puzzle for me to start with. I didn't get the highest damage on the scoreboard, but I still got the high caliber, and I can only guess that the Object 252U, who did more damage than I did, must have fired a shell at one of his teammates, and that automatically discluded him from getting the high caliber. He did 4,721 hit points of damage. I did 4,137 hit points of damage. My score was under reading during the game because, of course, it didn't include the bat chat. That 1,000 hit points that I got off that. It did show the 1,000 hit points I got off the other CDCs. 1,177 from one of them and 992 off the other one, but it just didn't show the extra damage I did from the bat chat. So we both only got 1 kill apiece. The high scorer on that game was the Lorraine 40 ton. He got 4 kills. And then after that, it was the Scorpion G, the SU-130PM, the Yank Panther, and my fellow Arty in the Lorraine 15551. He got 2 kills apiece. I only get the 1 kill, so did the Object 252U, but we certainly hit a lot of the enemy. In fact, actually, he hit 5 of the enemy and killed 1 of them, and he also did pick up a Spartan and a steel wall, so he must have done very well indeed. It's not showing any damage against his own team, but of course, since they've removed team damage from the game, it probably wouldn't show it, but he probably did actually fire one on one of his own teammates, and that took away his award. But when it came to base XP, it was the 252U. He picked up the highest amount, 1,323 for him. And I think that's probably an ace tanker. 939 for mine and 884 for the Lorraine 40 ton. I fired 8 rounds. I got 4 direct hits and 3 penetrations and 5 splash. Damage of 4,137 hit points, and all of it was at more than 300 meters. I damaged 7 of the enemy, killed 1, so I qualified for the Confederate. And I also did stun assist of 446 and off 7 stuns. On a premium count, I earned 49,398 credits, and after resupply of ammunition, took away 34,438 credits. I got 7 bonds for the awards I got in that battle, the Gores, the High Calibre and the Confederate. And I also picked up 1,408 XP, times 2 for the first victory, and I got a reward for completing a mission of 1,500 XP, so my total was 4,317. So very satisfying to pick up 3 medals. I wasn't very sure why I actually picked up the High Calibre, because I felt that maybe I'd actually cheated the 252U out of it, but maybe he actually did that to himself. But very satisfying result, especially with that bat chat. I had no idea that I'd taken him for 1,000 hit points with just 1 shot. It must have been his entire health, and he must have been absolutely gutted. But remember that spot. That's the spot that they do tend to hide in on that corner. If you do get spotted, or you guys get spotted on the east side of the map, it might be there's a bat chat sitting on that little corner. So if you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a new video when it comes out. We try to put out 4 a day, and hopefully they're really good ones. Well, we try to make them as best as we can, and obviously they are the best videos that our members are putting forward, as well as some of the super unicums who do send us the replays, and they are absolutely fabulous games. So thank you for watching.